Hello students, I am Dr. Rahul Kaushik, Assistant Professor at Ramis Institute of Vocational and Technical Education. Today we are going to discuss on the topic industrial production, estimation and utilization of phytoconstituents. In today's class we are going to discuss on the phytoconstituent artemisinin. Artemisinin is an anti-malarial phytoconstituent. If you see at the structure given in the picture, you can observe that chemically or structurally artemisinin is a sesquiterpenoid lactone which is isolated from the leaves of Artemisia annua, and the plant belongs to Asteraceae family. Physically, if you see, artemisinin occur as a white colored solid powder. Chemically, it is 1,2,4 trioxane along with a lactone ring attached to it. It has an endoperoxide bridge also, and which this endoperoxide bridge helps in its activation when artemisinin enters in your body. As far as the geographical distribution of this miraculous plant Artemisia annua is concerned, the plant is said to be the native of temperate Asia, but it is naturalized in many countries including the scattered parts of North America also. Solubility: the compound or the phytoconstituent artemisinin is readily soluble in acetone, ethanol, petroleum ether and alkali solution. The solubility concept is important to discuss here because we are going to isolate this artemisinin from its parent drug. So to choose the best method for isolation of this phytoconstituent, we must know that what kind of phytoconstituent it is and how it can be isolated in various solvents of various polarities. So if we know about the solubility of artemisinin or the phytoconstituent, we can easily isolate it using suitable solvents. As I told you already, that it is being used worldwide in the treatment of malaria and cancer. Its anti-malarial use is well known on the patients who are suffered from the chloroquine resistant plasmodium species. So it is employed as a potent anti-malarial drug. Because we are concerned about the isolation of phytoconstituent, so we should know what raw material we are going to use to isolate our final phytoconstituent. So you can see from the picture itself, the plant is green in color and it is a stout plant which can attain a height up to 6 to 10 feet, and it is cultivated on the rich soil which is rich in phytoconstituents and can be supplied with organic manures for better yield of the compound. You can see the dried powder of these leaves which is available in the picture below, and you can also see in the right hand side you have the white colored purified pure isolated phytoconstituent artemisinin. Mode of action or mechanism of action is also very important to understand when we are dealing with our phytoconstituents. These compounds have the presence of endoperoxide bridge, as we have seen in the very first slide in the structure of artemisinin. These endoperoxide bridges, they interact with the heme in the parasite, the heme molecule present in the parasite. This heme iron cleaves this endoperoxide bridge of the artemisinin, and this breakdown of endoperoxide bridge causes the conversion of artemisinin into the highly reactive free radical. There is a generation of highly reactive free radical which damages the parasite membrane by covalently binding to the membrane protein, and in this way the parasite of malaria it is removed from the body, or it is damaged by the artemisinin. If we talk about the production of artemisinin, there are various methods for isolation of artemisinin. So we have mentioned a simple method for isolation of artemisinin. We can take the dried leaves of Artemisia annua and macerate them with methanol for 60 minutes and then filtered. The filtrate thus obtained is evaporated under vacuum up to 100 ml, or you can easily say that the extract after extraction is concentrated under vacuum using rotatory vacuum evaporator. Then the extract or the concentrate was washed with N-hexane in a separating funnel. The methanol layer, which is the upper one, was collected from the separating funnel, and to this we add 50 ml of water. This hydroalcoholic mixture is then washed again with ethyl acetate. The semipolar layer, the semipolar means the ethyl acetate fraction, is collected from the separating funnel, and the solvent is evaporated using vacuum to get the crude artemisinin. And as we have already discussed in our previous lectures, that we can get crude artemisinin through these isolation methods. Purified artemisinin or any phytoconstants can be obtained from the column chromatography or some further sophisticated techniques. When we have isolated the compound artemisinin, so it is another task for us that we must establish the identity of that isolated compound. So here we are having some chemical test that confirms the presence of artemisinin in the isolated fraction. So what we do, we can take the sample to which we add ferric chloride or sodium iodide, and the development of deep violet color shows the presence of artemisinin in the sample. Artemisinin also reacts with triphenyl phosphine to give triphenyl phosphine oxide, showing the presence of oxidative group in the artemisinin, and that is the peroxide bridge, endoperoxide bridge in the structure of artemisinin. In the previous slides also, or in the previous lectures also, we have mentioned some apparatuses or some assemblies which we use while isolation of or extraction of phytoconstants. So this is the assembly of Soxhlet apparatus, and as you can see from the GIF, the picture on the right hand side, you can see solvent evaporate from the round bottom flask under the influence of heat supplied by the mantle. Then these vapors, they enters the middle portion of the assembly, that is called extractor, and these vapors tries to escape from the extractor and they escape from the condenser. But as soon as they reaches the condenser lower portion is supplied with the supply of cold water, and due to the impact of cold water the vapors get condensed in the form of droplets. These droplets fall on your drug which is packed in the extractor in the form of thimble or intact directly, and upon this solvent and drug, they undergo extraction by the simple maceration process inside the extractor, and then as soon as the solvent level reaches a particular height, the solvent is returned to the main flask with the help of a specialized tube which is called as siphon tube, which you can see inside in the left hand side of your right picture. This is Soxhlet apparatus for isolation of phytoconstituent and extraction. Then there is another apparatus which is called separating funnel, and you must have handled it. It can be used for isolation or separation of two immiscible liquids or different liquids on the basis of their densities. Then again we have a rotary vacuum evaporator. This instrument is efficiently used for recovery of solvents without damaging the phytoconstituents or the structure of the phytoconstituent. Actually, phytoconstituents get degraded at high temperature. So during evaporation of the solvent or during the concentration of the solvent in the ordinary evaporators, we generally damage our phytoconstituent. But in this assembly, due to the application of vacuum, the vapors of the solvent get evaporated at a very low temperature, saving, or you can say that preserving the identity of the structure of phytoconstituents, or the stability of the phytoconstituent is maintained while isolation. And one more important aspect of this apparatus is that we can also recover the solvent we have used for extraction, and we can reutilize this solvent for our other purposes. If we look at the physical properties of this Artemisia annua, the powder, you can see it is brown in color. It is available on the first slide at the top. And if we talk about the artemisinin, we already know that it is purified in the purified form. It occurs as a white to off white crystalline white solid. And if you see at the physical properties, the compound artemisinin is having a melting point of 156 to 157 degrees Celsius with a boiling point of 344.94 degrees Celsius. Solubility, it is soluble to 10 millimole in dimethyl sulfoxide and to 75 millimole in ethanol. Density, it is having density equal to water but a little bit higher. It is 1.0984. If you want to store the artemisinin in the purified form, then you should know the storage temperature, which is plus 4 degrees Celsius, which we have to maintain for proper or safe storage of this isolated artemisinin. Water solubility, as we have already seen that it is insoluble in water but soluble in organic solvents and other polar solvents. Lambda max is the absorbance or the wavelength of ultraviolet region in which the compound shows maximum absorbance, and it was found to be 214 to 216 nanometers. If you see the separation and identification, suppose we have isolated our phytoconstituent and we want to analyze it under with the help of HPLC or TLC or other sophisticated instruments in order to establish the identity of the isolated fraction. It is very much needed because nobody is going to believe on you without any proof. So you have to prove the identity of your isolated phytoconstituent. So for this isolation, we can do TLC as well as HPLC. In TLC, we can use the pre-coated silica gel plates with 60 GF 254. Mobile phase you can employ is N-hexane diethyl ether in the ratio of 6:5. Fluorate is not applicable in TLC. Then detection of this artemisinin, isolated spots of artemisinin, can be done using the glycol acetic acid, sulfuric acid and anisaldehyde reagent in the ratio of 100:2:1. What this detection or this reagent will do, this derivatizes the artemisinin or the other isolated spots into some derivatives which can be easily identified on the chromatogram, and you can observe the spot of or the band of your artemisinin at an RF value of 0.20. The sample for TLC can be prepared by dissolving 1 mg of the drug in 50 ml of mobile phase, and the standard can also be prepared in the same way by dissolving 1 mg of artemisinin standard in 10 ml of the mobile phase. In case of HPLC, we have used the columns of Sunfire. C18 column we have used. C18 here stands for octadecyl siloxane. This is a material which is coated over the silica gel granules, and these silica gel granules, they are packed inside the steel column of the HPLC, and the pore size for this column is around 5 micrometer. So these specifications are very necessary to be maintained in order to get the reproducible results in the further experiments. So the mobile phase we have used for HPLC is acetonitrile is to water combination in the ratio of 85:15, and we have done the isocratic elution. The flow rate of mobile phase was maintained at 1 ml per minute, and a 20 microliter injection was injected into the column in the HPLC analysis. The UV spectrophotometer of HPLC was set at a lambda max of 216 nanometer, which we have seen in the previous slide in the physical properties, that this artemisinin absorbs shows or maximum absorption at lambda max of 214 and 216 nanometer, as you can see in this table in the last. So it is very important to know the physical as well as the chemical property for actual isolation or actual identification or analysis of any phytoconstituent or any constituent using these sophisticated techniques. We have prepared the sample here using 5 gram drug, which was refluxed in N-hexane twice, and the extract was then filtered and concentrated, and the volume was make up using mobile phase in order to prepare the final concentration of 1 mg per ml to be injected into the column of the HPLC. The standard was prepared by dissolving 1 mg of the phytoconstituent standard artemisinin in 10 ml of the mobile phase. And you can see this is the chromatogram we have obtained from the HPLC analysis, and you can see the peak of artemisinin in this HPLC chromatogram, and you can see the retention time from this picture easily. The retention time is 4.68 minutes. The compound artemisinin shows under ideal conditions that we have mentioned previously. Under these conditions, the artemisinin can show maximum, or you can say the highest peak of its content at RT value of or retention time value of 4.68 minutes. So this is the chromatogram of HPLC analysis. There is another technique which we have already discussed, that it is one of the efficient and most widely used analysis for analysis of phytoconstituents. It is called high performance thin layer chromatography method, HPTLC. And the conditions here we maintained for isolation and detection of artemisinin in the sample, we have used a pre-coated silica gel plate 60F254, and the sample was applied using nitrogen gas, which is an inert gas. Mobile phase we have used is N-hexane ethyl acetate in the ratio of 75:25. We have saturated the TLC chamber for a time period of 10 minutes. So it is very important to mention here that how much time you have taken for saturation of your TLC development chamber, because if you oversaturate your chamber, the separation is not so perfect. So you have to mention the optimum saturation time. So it matters if your TLC chamber is undersaturated, so the efficiency of separation is also decreased, and if it is oversaturated, then the efficiency or efficacy of your isolation is also affected. So you have to mention that chamber saturation time. The total run time is around 25 minutes at room temperature of 27 degrees Celsius, and we have run the mobile phase on the TLC plate up to a height of 80 millimeter or 8 centimeter from the point of application of the sample spot. The revitalizing reagent we have used here is anisaldehyd sulfuric acid reagent, which was sprayed on the HPTLC plate, developed HPTLC plate, and the plate after spraying the reagent was dried in hot air oven at 105 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Under these ideal conditions, you can obtain the reproducible results from using this HPTLC profile or HPTLC method. If you can see these chromatogram in the picture, you can easily observe that the artemisinin it was having an RF value of 0.28, as you can see in the chromatogram. So in HPLC we got the RT value, retention time value, and in HPTLC we got the RF value as we obtain in TLC, in simple TLC. So these are the chromatograms of Artemisia annua sample for isolation or for detection of this artemisinin in the sample. If we talk about the uses, because it is one of the part, utilization is one of the part of your syllabus, so you should know where else you can employ or you can use this compound. So by mistake it has been written as a forskolin, but these are the uses of your artemisinin. So it can be used as an anti-malarial compound. It can be used in the treatment or management of cancer, and it can also be used in the management of hemorrhoids in the patients. So this is all about our phytoconstituent Artemisia annua. So if you like these videos or e-lectures, you can visit our YouTube channel, which is Ramesh Institute of Pharmacy e-learning module. You can subscribe our channel also. In case you need more information on this topic, you can drop your mail at drrhulkchji@gmail.com. Thank you for your patience. Thanks again.